Son of a bee stings, man. Hold on. All right, sorry everybody. I apologize. Let me post in Discord again. Oh, just having to do something with the shmimulator. So let's go ahead and do this real quick. Sorry, folks. Don't know why it crashed before. Now YouTube's gonna do that bullshit. Okay. Alright. That just makes me mad because we had a strong stream going. We had a lot of people watching, a lot of likes already. So make sure to smack the like if you guys haven't already because it's a new stream. So I apologize. I don't know why this happened. Okay, that should do it. That should be the difference. No, it's not the internet, no. Alright, I think this will be the answer to our problems. Okay, define up, down, left, right. A, B, C, start, X, C, boom, K, apply, boom, there we go.
Just last week.
Fast forward again. Sorry, because we've already been through all this. Okay, guys. We did it. Finally. We did it. How's the game volume? Yep, I had to do a reboot just to complete, like, restart and everything. First of all, what's the Snatcher's weak point? Sorry, guys, we had a strong green. Let's get this stream just as hype as the other one was going. Let's smack that like real hard. Smack that sub. Screeb. It's for your health.
For your health.
It's penis. What's up, Aeon? Okay, so we've learned. No, their weak point ultimately is because it's Christmas time in this game, and they wear sunscreen. Their artificial skin is so susceptible to the sun that they get cancer if they're out in the sun too long. So, like, they travel underground to this hospital that we found was an underground black market hospital that was healing their skin, and they had to go in these abandoned old subways, these tube liners, and went through this ladder that went up to the hospital, so that way they could stay out of the sunlight. Because, yeah, they're using sunscreen in winter, so it's ultraviolet rays. This is the Snatcher's weak point. That's correct. Their weak point is the defective artificial skin. Long-term exposure to ultraviolet rays causes mutations in the melanocytes and the stratum basale of their skin, which become cancerous. Specifically, long ultraviolet rays in the 250 to 300 nanometer range is responsible for causing the cancer. That's right. And that's the reason that they are so limited as to when they can be out. Well, BJ, this is what Snatchers do. They kill. They can only go after a certain size of person. It has to be an adult. They can't go after children or elderly. It has to be a certain weight and height. And they usually go after. They go after large, like more influential people of society. So they can have influence. So like they took out the chief. So they kill you and then they take your place in society. So they look just like you, sound just like you. So like nobody will know, but there's ways to tell if people are snatchers, and that's why they're so dangerous. They only come out at night in the middle of the winter and wear sunscreen even then. Hell yeah, hell yeah, Heath.
That's the method that Gene used to figure out what the Snatchers were up to.
Yeah, and this game is a gigantic ode to Blade Runner, Akira, Terminator, and a small reference to Alien that we saw earlier.
How ironic, it turns out the destruction of the ozone layer actually had a benefit for us humans.
That's right. Now, what method were they using to move and be able to avoid ultraviolet rays and sunlight at the same time? Underpass. This is the method of movement the Snatchers were using. That's right. They were using the abandoned tunnels of the old two-blinder system to get from place to place. That's how they were able to move without being noticed, and we were in there. Nielsen's apartment, the old factory, Queen's Hospital. Nielsen's apartment, the old factory, Queen's Hospital, all their hideouts were connected by the tube liner.
So maybe there's a tunnel under the main base as well.
There's a good chance of that. Next, what phenomenon was always observed at any location where Snatchers appeared, including the underground tunnels? Sneezing. Well, BJ, there's only one version you need to watch if you're going to watch the original Blade Runner. It's the final cut. That is the definitive version. This is the phenomenon you're talking about? That's right. And what was the cause of the sneezing? Snow 9. And Snow 9 was a particle that we put in the air as a defense mechanism capability against like radar jamming, but it can be incredibly harmful if you're exposed to too much of it, and it usually is around when Snatcher's around. It causes you to sneeze and have allergic symptoms. It's my Vukas, I'm right there with you. This is the reason for the sneezing. You are correct. The sneezing was caused by the presence of the allergen Snow 9. Snow 9 is an artificial form of pollen developed by the military, and its presence is limited to certain regions. They were using it to interfere with radio transmissions and keep people away. They probably were producing it intentionally themselves. The only regions of the city where Snow 9 is still present are around the inner river. It has been cleared out of the other areas because of the danger it presents. It's regional, Carter. Unfortunately, it won't be for ours. Yeah, well, hey, we were talking about, Emily, is that Harrison Ford has just ended up hating like every movie he's in. He hated being Han Solo. He hated being Deckard and Blade Runner. Like, he's in these legendary roles and yet hated them at the same time.
So that means their base must be somewhere near the inner river, right?
That is a fair conclusion. They are probably somewhere near an inner river, protected by the Snow 9. No, Brandon, I ended the stream because I had to restart the computer because things were not registering and I couldn't play the game. But I see what you mean. Accessible to the tube liner near the inner river. And we must not forget that the 3 photographs that we found the Snatchers with, all of them are related to the Soviet Union before the catastrophe. The map on Nielsen's apartment, the map on the wall of Nielsen's apartment, the picture of the temple of the director's office at Queen's Hospital, the photo of Red Square hidden in the chief's office. Why do Snatchers keep pictures and memorabilia like this?
Maybe they're homesick. Maybe that's where they come from.
Homesick? Get serious, Mika. They're robots, you know. Let's analyze this a little closer. What city is related to all 3 of these pictures? Moscow. This is the city they have in common. That's correct. It's Moscow. Moscow must be where they come from. They must be the basis of their programming.
You might be right. Just as people have a hometown that is dear to them, their creators may put a hometown into their programming. They use very advanced artificial intelligence systems, so they may have needed something like that to maintain their emotional balance.
I think he's not a replicant, but it's not a big deal, James. Like, I don't get caught up in it. But personally, I like how they keep it, so...
That felt good.
Love Daddy with the $1 donation and says, save your snatch. Use Coppertone SPF 70 or greater. Thank you so much, Love Daddy, for that $1 donation. Oh, crap. I forgot to launch Streamlabs when I restarted the computer. It's not big. It's just a cool thing to hypothesize about. Hey, what's up, James? We had to turn on Streamlabs because the donation didn't pop up on chat, and I want you guys to get your hours. Yeah, we've been having no technical difficulties with this game in the first 2 streams, and then today, luckily, it only happened at the beginning. It's just been stupid. How you doing, Big Boss? How's everybody doing, for that matter? Thanks for sticking around and still being supportive. Can we smack that like button real quick? If you don't mind, smack that sub if you're new. It is for your health, folks. We're giving streams crashing. I mean, things not working.
That is not your health.
Yeah, they were born out of nothing, but they needed to give them some kind of image as an emotional base. So Moscow is their creator and their home, and the place that they found Jamie and I.
In other words, this homing instinct thing of theirs has led them to set up their headquarters
Death,
in some
you're
place
correct.
that reminds them of home or their creator.
What part of this city is like Moscow?
Moscow's really
YouTube
cold,
is
right?
shit.
They get a lot of snow, don't they?
Snow?
No snow has been recorded in Neo-Kobe in several years.
Well, then that's not it.
Wait, what about that pollen? That crystal bioengineered stuff, Snow 9?
My
Now
Breath
that
of
you
Wild
mention
is
it,
coming out soon,
was there
honey.
snowing on Jamie's video phone call?
How's the volume, guys?
That's right. Their hideout has to be somewhere close to the Ina River.
The Ina
You're a
River flows
smart
for
boy,
miles
the
around
Fukas.
here,
You're a
Gillian.
smart
We
boy.
could never search it all in time.
Gillian, let's look at a map of the areas investigated so far. This is an enlarged view of the southwest portion of the city around the Ina River.
Swell. Good.
This blue area is that in which Snow 9 is present. Now I'll superimpose a chart of the abandoned tube liner tunnels. From this we can establish those areas with Snow 9, which are accessible by subway tunnel.
Damn. Nice try, but it's still too large. We could never cover it in 3 hours.
Don't give up so fast, Gillian. What about that image of home thing we were talking about? Maybe there's some kind of geographic
They're open for you,
similarity.
baby.
Maybe the same view can be seen or something.
I'll display a map of Moscow alongside.
What's this?
Look, the rivers are exactly the same shape.
This is the Moscow River over here.
Hey, Poe.
It looks like we're on the right track, Metal. Show us the location that Jamie and I were picked up from.
All right, right here.
Metal, before the catastrophe, what was at this location?
The headquarters for the entire Soviet Union, the Kremlin.
The Kremlin? That Snatcher said something about taking Jamie to their Kremlin.
Metal, what spot in Neo-Kobe would match up with the location of Moscow's Kremlin?
Calculating.
Hey, Alfredo. I love you.
It's presently occupied by an old church. It's rather large, but reports indicate it's been abandoned for nearly 20 years.
And it's right in the middle of the Snow 9 and
You're real
subway
cute,
area.
Alfredo.
That's it!
I love you.
That's their headquarters, their new Kremlin.
Gillian, let's go!
Wait, Gillian. I want to go with you.
Sorry, Mika.
Hey, I'm a junker too, you know.
I know, and you're a great one at that.
So take me with you then.
You head to the summit to warn the delegates. They haven't given up, you know.
The summit's in Kyoto. I'm not going to be the only one to run.
You've got to convince them not to use
Oh,
nukes
damn,
on
James.
We found their hideout. There's no need now to sink the whole island.
Yes, but
It's a tough job. Can you do it?
Okay, Gillian. I'll do what I can.
Thanks. Thank you, Mika.
Don't say it, okay?
I did slide in those DMs.
Gillian?
You
Yes.
can never be too careful.
What's wrong?
How about dinner sometime?
Dinner?
Yeah, you know, dinner.
Mika.
Not interested.
Ooh.
I thought it would be nice, you know, to kick back, relax. It's Christmas after all.
Bitch, I'm
Christmas,
married.
I'll be back by then.
Gillian, we have to hurry.
That's a promise, right? I heard you.
Yeah, okay. But I gotta go to church first.
I'll see you soon then.
Okay, Metal, let's go.
The new turbo cycle, baby. Here comes that theme. Relish in it, baby. I gotta rip on something before we're getting toasty in here. Let's go. All right, now boarding turbo cycle. Of course, I know the answer to that question.
I've input the map
I
data
did.
on the Kremlin's
I did, the
locations.
Fukas. I
Lift
did.
off.
Lift off, baby. Thank you, everybody, for being here so much. Thanks for keeping the stream alive. I'm sorry we had issues. We just weren't going to be able to play the game unless I
Flight
did that.
configuration. Now gaining altitude.
Jamie, please be safe.
Please keep in mind that we're working with a strict time limit.
A 50-year debt in 3 hours. Snow!
Snow 9, to be specific. We've entered the Snow 9 region. Please put on your breathing filter. Direct inhalation is dangerous.
All right.
Radio transmissions will also be impossible from this point on. Understood?
We're 1 day and 2 fucking hours. We are 26 hours from playing Death Stranding.
Gillian, we've arrived.
And the Fukas, yeah, the voice acting for 1994, awesome. Because usually, voice acting that long ago usually was bad, but not in a Kojima game, baby. He demands quality. But a forewarning to you guys, I need to let you know. Are you okay, like, this is a game that I know like is like for me. I know what kind of game I'm getting myself into. I love meditative games. I love games that are about the journey and not the destination, where it's going to be so untraditional. It's going to be a lot of walking.
That felt good.
Buster Hype. Dr. Tara Dickoff reminds you a sunburned snatch is no fun for anyone. Ross Crodham Nightly News. I'm just letting you know, guys, like, shit. Keep messing things up. It's going to be a game where there's going to be a lot of walking, a lot of climbing, meticulous item management, where you could mess things up and fall off the side of like a hill and lose all your cargo. It's going to be, you know, it's just going to be very different. You gotta be I'm just letting you know, there's going to be a lot of moments of just like complete isolation where it's just you and like traversing this beautiful open world. You can, there's gonna be a long moments between combat. Like, yeah, I hope people are ready that it's like it's a game that requires a lot of patience. If you don't mind getting lost in the world and just immersing yourself, I really think it's gonna be a special game. And what's funny, while it's sitting at an 85, well, that's what we've seen in the early trailers anyway. The game is presenting itself exactly what it is. I mean, there's just not like that's just minor things that about gameplay. It's just literally just traversal. But you know, the game is sitting at like an 84, 86 OpenCritic, but it has the most perfect scores of any game this year. That's just the definition of polarizing. Then Poe, this game is exactly for you. Then you're gonna love it, and I'm excited for you. I'm excited for all of us. I'm excited for Kojima. Even if people don't like this game, it's just the fact that Kojima got to make a vision realized with full creative freedom and no restrictions. That makes me happy for creators out there, because that's what we need. We need to encourage things that are just so unconventional like this. Hey, you saw Daddy Zach. Daddy Zach came in here and smack that like button. Hey, Jack Rabbit with the $10 super chat, folks.
Excellent snake.
That was hot, guys. Death Stranding, Snatcher, let's go. We've arrived at the church. Let's get to this ending, folks. This shit's crazy. How you doing, Jack? Wow, I now know why they call it their Kremlin. It's a very old church building. It bears a resemblance to the St. Basil's Cathedral. No doubt they thought that this was the same thing. The building may be patterned after a traditional Russian church. It's quite old. It appears to be snow, but it's actually Snow 9. Try to avoid inhaling any of it directly. Well, let's stand out here while it continues to happen. It's pollen, and therefore much finer than snow. It's good to see you, Jack. Thanks for that donation, man. And Death, how is everybody doing tonight? Like, I could not think of a more hype game, you know, like Pudge is playing Metal Gear Solid 1, and then we're playing Snatcher, like bringing all that Kojima goodness. He's playing my favorite Metal Gear game ever, my favorite game ever, and I'm playing the game where the Kojima's writing was born. This is likely to keep just going about anyway. Given the reason, a few Christmas lights would be really liven up the scene. Like Zach said, thank you everybody for coming back and making this so hype. because I really want you guys to see this ending, because this is awesome. The building is about 50 years old, but appears very well maintained. So where's the entrance? On the front side of the building. The only sound is that of the wind. I'm not showing anything out of the ordinary. The surroundings conceal the church, but all aerial surveillance. A sensor scan reveals that a tube liner tunnel passes directly underneath this area. Well, that's no surprise. Looks like we've got the right place.
Alright, now opening the door.
A lot of cutscenes are coming up,
Won't
folks.
open?
I've scanned it, and it's not locked. It is probably rusted.
I'm saving right now just in case, because there is a part coming up here, folks.
Not surprising. After all, our friends always go in and out through the basement.
Let's push it together.
All right.
Exactly, Death.
1,
Perfect description.
2, 3.
Oh, I am not looking forward to
Got it.
this. What's this? It would appear to be some kind of chapel for the Snatchers. Are you telling me that those things pray? To whom? No doubt their creator. That portrait on the wall is probably a representation of him. I would, BJ, no. Not that I know of. But it's okay. Is it distracting that I'm doing that I go to the save states? I don't want you guys to get I don't want you guys to not be immersed. This is before Sephiroth. This person appears to be the one Snatchers worship as their creator. This guy. Isn't that Random? Random Hajil? The bounty hunter? One moment. I'll compare the picture with that of my data on Random. While the facial bone structure of the individual in the portrait is nearly identical to that of Random, a positive identification is impossible, as the picture is not a photograph. That looks too much like him to be a coincidence. Hey, beautiful, welcome back on over here. Thanks for raiding the other night with Steffi during MGS4. Welcome back to the stream. We've streamed this before, but I think this has been my favorite way we've streamed this, because we've gotten it done. Each act in one has been a stream, and this is the final act, Act 3. And we've streamed Police Knots before, and you must. If you love his games, beautiful, you have to play Snatcher and Police Knots. And this is, I gotta warn you, if you're trying to not be spoiled, this is like super spoiler territory. Unless it's gonna be a while until you play it again and you forget a lot of the plot. I'm just letting you know that we're heading towards super spoilers. I'm super hyped for Death Stranding, baby. Let's go. 26 hours, folks. GG.
Excellent save.
Boom, baby.
Hurt me more.
What's up, Future? So I'm just letting you know, a lot of spoilers coming at your face. Beautiful. Lots. Now that you mention it, the person in that portrait does look like Random Agile. Hell yeah, big boss. You got the ROM on there. Thank you, beautiful. I don't want you to be spoiled. I'm very happy to have you here, but I respect being able to not being spoiled of a great story. This game has an amazing story with a shit ton of optional lore you can read. God, this music is eerie. Something is written on the painting. The creator, Madnar, which is a reference to Dr. Madnar and the first Metal Gear. So this is Professor Madnar? The Gillian, the one that Snatcher was talking about? Yeah, beautiful. Thanks for subbing the other day. I'm glad to... Oh, there's gonna be hiatus. I will Metal Gear Monday next week is not happening. There are a number of should I do his like voice, how I imitate his voice, or there are a number of snatchers of scratches on the surface, but his voice has like a character to it, so that doesn't really help. They're almost certainly caused by the snatchers. A very heavy object appears to have been placed here. It is structurally damaged. It's all very organized, almost inhumanly so. There's another room farther back. Everything is nice and orderly. It's as if pre-collapse Soviet Union has been recreated here. There is no litter or garbage anywhere. It's almost too clean. I'm not showing anything out of the ordinary. So have they already left for the summit? Just as the wind. That's all I can hear. Now moving into the back room. Can we get the 30 likes, folks? Snatchers! Look at them all! I'm not picking up any energy readings. They are all deactivated in some kind of suspension mode. Is the game too loud? Because I did turn it up. Do I need to turn it back down? So this is the warehouse, huh? There must be a few hundred of them. They continue all the way back. Still doesn't look like a factory to me. These are endo structures which have yet to have the artificial skin installed. The bone sizing devices and skull slits are all still set to the smallest sizes. So their victims haven't been chosen yet. They're all just waiting their turn. There seems to be a number of containers stacked up in the back of the room. They almost look as if they could spring to life any moment. If this many snatchers were to all start moving at the same time, there is little we could do. I'll show you what we can do.
X gon' give it to you.
I'll show you what we can do.
I'm talking rainforest sweating. I'm talking swamp sweating. Let's fill the bathtub full of sweat.
That's something we could do, and that's something I did. Let's continue. Any questions? You know what, Keith? I need to get a clip of that, of just when Miller says, "Get the fuck out of there!" That'd be perfect for the soundboard. Guys, it's about to get real weird. None of those snatchers appear damaged. All they need is their energy packs. The gender units have yet to be installed, however, so they're gender neutral now. They're preserved in excellent condition. It appears that they undergo regular maintenance. Subscribe. I do not see any tools of equipment for maintaining anything in the area. This room would appear to be just a storage area. Hey, Goku, how you doing?
Hi, how are you?
If you think real hard, Death Stranding will appear. Nope, now I need to change pants. No binary snatching. There's some kind of label here. 23rd Siberian Investigative Force. Siberian Investigative Forces. It would appear that these snatchers were brought to Neo Kobe from the Siberian Neutral Zone. It seems that the investigative forces have been responsible for shipping the snatchers. In other words, the investigative forces have been snatched, just like when they found us. Yeah, this game does not have much to go. It's gonna... I see. So the Siberian investigative forces bring the snatchers out of Siberia into storage here. I think you're right, Metal. And then the snatchers just wait here in storage to be reactivated and adjusted after their victims are selected. A rather efficient system. I wonder where the actual snatching takes place. The back part of this room may hold the answer to that question. Continue back, baby. Okay, I'm gonna save again because you will all see. I'm just preparing myself. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the twin snakes. There's only one MGS1. That one's just a interesting reinterpretation of the legend of Shadow of Moses, not the actual events, because legends are often exaggerated, just like that game is. That's how I like to view it. MGS1 is what actually happened. Twin Snakes is the reinterpretation of the legend. The Snatcher's culturing room. The mechanism is operating. Gillian, there are Snatchers with their artificial skin already installed here. These units are nearly ready to perform a complete snatch. Oh, they're gonna give you their snatch, baby. Ready to show you their snatch process.
This is where they fuse the artificial skin onto the Snatcher's endostructure. First, they adjust the size of the still skinless Snatcher to the size of the individual who is to be snatched. The Snatcher's overall shape and size can be adjusted by expansion or contraction of sizing rods. Their sex is controlled by gender units, which are installed at this point. Then, the face is modified to match the intended victim by adjusting the size of the upper and lower jaw, cheekbones, temporal bones, and tooth alignment.
Just like Gibson said, that means there are limits to the size of the people that they can snatch.
That's right. The limits of the mechanism mean that they can't snatch children, the elderly, or people who are very tall or heavy. And this is where the artificial muscle's attached.
Is it organic?
No. It appears to be coated with a type of plastic gel capable of mechanical response. Like human muscles, it creates mechanical energy.
Blue Vegeta, welcome back, dude.
And this is where the artificial skin is attached. In order to prevent the synthetic cells, developed using biotechnological protein design techniques, from rejecting the inorganic material below, they attach it gradually over a number of days.
And this is the stuff that gets cancer if they stay out in the sun too long.
Finally, they attach body and scalp hair. The process involves transplant of synthetic
That's
hair
where the Terminator
well,
is
so the hair will grow back if it's
referenced to, is in this
what
game.
About scars or birthmarks?
It would appear that they make those adjustments at this point in the process. As they
Andrew,
perform
I'm
to
safe.
simulate age.
I can't get snatched. Computer terminals installed on each preservation cylinder. These terminals must be all connected with the host computer, which monitors conditions inside each of the cylinders. The monitors are all displaying various data and charts. These cylinders are used to culture the Snatcher's artificial skin. Endostructures are submerged within them. They are constructed with a special reinforced glass. It would require quite a bit of force to break. Pixel boobs. It appears that the weak ultraviolet rays are being projected from above. This is really advanced, way beyond anything we saw at Queen's Hospital. It appears that weak ultraviolet rays are being projected from above. Okay. The whole area is protected as a clean room. There is a door at the far end of the room. This is a very sophisticated equipment. I'm surprised at the advanced level of the facility they have constructed. I wonder where they're getting their funding from. They are probably supplying their financial backers with Snatchers as well. It's locked, but I should be able to open it from this side. The power is on. Look at this, Gillian. The data of the people to be snatched is all being neatly processed.
So this is where the whole thing begins. The endostructures arrive here from the Kremlin. Then they convert them into copies of their victims. And finally, they head out into the city using the old subway system.
With artificial skin maintenance being handled at Queen's Hospital.
But who's behind all this?
Hey, JT.
Gillian, look at this. There are some finished
Guys,
snatchers
Deadly
over here.
Premonition's coming back thanks to Andrew.
Get a load of this. The U.S. President, the Prime Ministers of Japan, and the U.K.
This is how they would take over the world.
Gillian, you're in here too.
Figures. They were looking to snatch every VIP at the summit.
And the last junker, you. It definitely looks like they plan on moving
They would
out
just snatch all
beyond
the world
Okobe.
leaders.
If they were to snatch every major world leader, they'd practically be able to control the planet. Still, that's odd. With their flawed skin, pulling something off like that would really be difficult.
Chin said they had found the key to developing a perfect artificial skin. Maybe they've already produced it.
No idea. But the number of snatchers here makes it clear that they're up to something new.
Gillian, this is definitely their nest. We should destroy everything.
Not yet. Not until we found Jamie. Metal, how much time do we have left?
The summit should have begun by now. We don't have much time. And once our legal
Guys, I have
privileges
Death
are suspended,
Stranding
I won't
installed.
be able to help. In fact, I'll be forced to restrain
Like,
you.
I know. If the military
like in
wants
my
to avoid
PS4.
nukes and goes for a surgical strike on this facility,
a
what would
PS4
they
is
like to
pregnant with
use?
Death Stranding.
Probably a phased particle
And it's
beam
due
from one of the
tomorrow.
attack satellites.
A phased particle beam, huh? That'll wipe this complex right off the map.
Everything, including the soil, will simply evaporate. The attack will leave just a large crater.
Metal, can you convince them to give me another hour? Even 30 minutes will help.
Understood. I'll try my best.
And I'll try to find and rescue Jamie in that time.
I can't transmit here due to interference from the Snow 9. I'll have to leave the area and then send the message.
All right, do it, Metal.
Gillian, don't forget. 30 minutes. You must get out before then.
I understand.
Gillian, I'm sorry I couldn't help you better.
Don't worry about it. I'll be able to move faster by myself anyway. 30 minutes should be plenty. Go, Metal.
Yes, sir. Don't forget. 30 minutes.
"30 minutes? Oh, this is gonna be tight. That room's the only place left to check. Let's take a look.
Oh, God. Ah, God. Fucking asshole! Come on, bitch! Fuck you! Fuck you! In your eye! All over you! Fuck you! Bitch! You can't fuck with my nuggets! Oh, damn it! You touched my nuggets, but you didn't get any sauce. You got some sauce. Let me give you my sauce. Fuck you! Fuck! Ah, it hurts! Woo!
I wasn't ready for that.
Excellent, Snake.
They almost got me. All right, let's open the next door.
Ugh! That part sucks.
Doesn't look like there's anything here. Ah!
Whoa! Fuck you in your face. I'm just killing you while you're naked. That's embarrassing, bro. Oh, dude. About to blow your mind. Let me give you that education. Oh. Fucking lambs to the slaughter! What? I killed your ass.
Jeez, these guys are tough. I didn't exactly expect them to welcome me with open arms. Okay, let's try this next door. Jamie, are you
Okay,
all right?
lots of cutscene.
Gillian, you came for me.
Are
I
you
came
hurt?
for you.
No, they won't lay a finger on me. Not until the new artificial skin is completed anyway.
Artificial skin research?
Damn, Vegeta.
You?
Gillian, I've got my memory back. All of it.
What happened? Tell me, Jamie.
They said they'd kill him. They said they'd kill Harry. They forced me. I had to help them with the skin development. They said I had to help them because the professor was ill. Wasn't getting any better. Gillian, the engineer Harry, he's our son. He's been living on his own now for 50 years.
Jamie, I'm afraid that Harry's...
There was nothing I could do. They forced me. But I can't do it anymore.
Jamie!
The professor...
Jamie!
He just died. He was over 100.
The professor? What? This old man?
Old bitch.
Don't you remember? It's Professor Modner. Professor Petrovich Modner.
Whatever. This old man is Modner?
He's been confined here for 3 years now, just to develop the Snatcher's artificial skin. Terrible. Doing that to your own father.
Whose father? Jamie, I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
You really can't remember, can you?
Jamie, tell me. Tell me who I am. What were we doing at the Kremlin?
Who am I really?
Are you sure you really want me to, Gillian? It's all so awful, but if you must know, I'll tell you. Try to remain calm, okay? 56 years ago, you and I were involved in a top-secret Soviet project. It was still during the time of the Cold War. The gulf between East and West was as wide as ever.
Go between
Everybody
East
was worried
and
about
West.
nukes. At that point, the world's armies were at their largest ever. Leaders still believed that a strong military meant a strong nation. There were rumors that there would be an agreement to end the production of nuclear weapons. On the other hand, the major powers like the US began to get involved in a space weapons race. But not the Soviets. The conservative despots in the Kremlin had another, completely different idea for gaining military superiority. A horrible plan, something no one else would think of. At that time, the countries of the communist bloc were facing an economic crisis. Popular movements pushing for democracy were springing up all over. Communism itself was facing extinction. Facing pressure from the reformers, the Kremlin began to panic. And that's when that horrible, childish plan was launched.
And that was the Snatcher Project. Replace your enemy's leaders with puppets of your own. Then you control their governments, their economies, take over a country from the inside out.
That's right, Gillian. And to develop these robots, they assembled some of the most brilliant scientific minds from around the world. Some of them were even brought in against their will. At the crux of that development effort was a group
Gillian
called
doesn't
the
seem to type,
Frankenstein
but
Project
we'll
Team.
continue on.
You and I were members of that team, Gillian. It was a 4-person team led by the late Professor Modner here. The robotics expert was Professor Modner himself. His son, Elijah Modner, handled genetics and microbiology. For nanobiology and picobiology, myself. And for behavioral science and psychology, you, Gillian. Early development
His son,
was carried
Elijah
out at a lab in
Modnar.
Novosibirsk,
Dr.
but was
Modnar
later
has a
moved
son.
to a secret facility under the Kremlin. At the time, the Glasnost and Perestroika movements were gaining momentum, and they rightly feared for the existence
Thanks for the
of
40
program
likes,
if
folks.
it should become known. But some of the reformers
Yes.
did learn of the project, and they conspired with the U.S. to block it. Gillian, you were a CIA special agent sent by the United States to infiltrate and sabotage the project.
I was CIA?
The heck are you talking
Yes,
about?
and the government knows that. That's why you were assigned to the Junker team.
What a weirdo.
Who am I?
Work on the project continued to go smoothly. But then, on June 6, 1996, there was that accident. A mysterious explosion at the Chernobyl facility spread a bacterial weapon that was under development there into the atmosphere, destroying the country and the project.
This melody that kicks in, bro.
Gillian, was it you? Did you set off that explosion?
What? You can't be serious. You think I caused the catastrophe?
Somehow, during the confusion, Professor Modner and our son Harry managed to get picked up by American agents. But we couldn't get out in time, you and I and Elijah. In a shelter below the Kremlin, we entered a cryogenic sleep. Our plan was to sleep there until the toxic effects of the bacteria were safely passed.
And then 48 years later, 3 years ago, we were discovered by the 17th Special Investigative Force.
Yes, but when they found us, Elijah's pod was already empty.
Yeah, Emily got me the
Elijah Modner?
Emily got me the
That guy
vinyl for
whose
this
picture
game
was in the
soundtrack.
church?
My gosh.
The one that looks like Random?
That's right, Elijah is alive. Elijah is here and working on the Snatchers.
Why don't you let me finish your little story?
Who's there?
It's been a while, hasn't it, Jamie? Ah, yes. And Gillian. It's me, Jamie.
Elijah? Is that really you?
Random? No, not quite.
So you remember me, do you? I am Elijah Modnar, the only son of Professor Petrovich Modnar. I'm afraid I've grown somewhat old and feeble since we last met, however.
Elijah, why are you doing this? Your father, Professor Modner, he passed away a few minutes
There's that
ago.
cyberpunk shit right there.
What? My father is dead?
Elijah, what happened to you? The Elijah I knew could never do anything like this.
I've changed, Jamie. These 40 years have changed me.
I can't believe it. What happened to you?
What happened to me? Jamie, do I actually have to explain it to you? Jamie, it's you. Your beauty is the cause of all that has come to pass here. 57 years ago, I was obsessed. With my research, yes. And with you, Jamie. At the time, I was still young, having just graduated with my genetic engineering degree. My father's connections got me on the team, and then
People were pumped to see you
I
play
met
that,
you.
man.
You were working as my father's assistant. Your beauty, your smile, I was stricken. I saw something in you that I never felt with women of my own country. You warmed my cold, young heart, Jamie. You opened me up, and I couldn't stop my feelings.
Elijah.
Oh, I was so happy. The political situation was crumbling around us, but every day was a joy. I gained my father's trust, and with you there watching over me, I was able to work as hard as I ever have on the project. However, my happiness did not last for long. Gillian, it was you. You showed up and all was ruined.
You fucking bitch.
You arrived and joined our project team. Far from home, Jamie found comfort in a man from the same land. Your relationship grew quickly, and all I could do was stand by and watch. Jamie and Gillian,
The remake
fell in
of
love,
2.
were joined and even had a child.
Harry.
even then my feelings for you only grew stronger. Worried about me, my father tried to have me removed from the project, but I persisted. Jamie, I always wanted to be near you. And then, the democratic movements that had consumed the rest of the Eastern Bloc spread to our country as well. The Cold War was over. The hardliners who had pushed for its development were stripped of power and the project was cancelled. The reformers, trying to cover up the existence of such a crazed project, ordered that all materials related
This
to
is
it be
just Pete
destroyed,
Kojima, man.
and that
There's
we
so much
stand trial
story.
for our actions. Jamie and Gillian were to be returned to their homeland. That's about the time that I learned that you, Gillian, that you were a CIA agent, and that you were trying to pass documents on our research to your military. The country had sold us out. I'm no politician. I couldn't care less about what happened to the country. All I cared about was my research and Jamie. And I was to lose all of that, everything. For someone so young, you cannot understand how great of a shock that was.
Elijah.
That is when I decided, I swore I would see that secret crazed project through to the end. At the time, the bioroids were 80% finished. The main part, their endostructure, was essentially completed. But we still were having trouble with the artificial skin, the area that Jamie and I were assigned to. We called it artificial skin, but there was of course no need to duplicate T lymphocytes, Langerhans cells, or endocrine cells. All we needed was keratinized cells and melanocytes to provide the pigment. With the artificial protein development techniques that we had in those days, full-scale synthetic cell development was very difficult. Research like this took months, years. The original project called for us to simultaneously snatch an entire country. In other words, a whole nation, or an entire city had to be snatched over the course of one night. For that reason, a powerful biological agent, which could quickly and effectively kill the population of the country, was being simultaneously developed.
Lucifer Alpha.
That's right. A type RAO11 virus which another team was developing. For someone like myself, who was closely involved in the project, blowing up the lab was quite a simple task.
My God, Elijah, do you know what you're saying? That explosion killed half the world's population.
God.
I moved all the materials and records essential to the Bioroid project into the shelter and executed my plan on June 6th. After sealing off the lab, I brought the two of you with me to the underground shelter, and we entered a cryogenic sleep. But not before I programmed an atmospheric research satellite to transmit a wake signal when the danger from Lucifer Alpha had passed.
And 10 years later, Lucifer Alpha naturally mutated
What's up,
into a
Gerardo?
non-toxic form.
But the automatic revival system failed to work.
Oh no, it worked.
Hey, Paige.
Just as planned. It revived me 10 years later. A little sooner than the two of you, of course.
But even though you sealed the lab with the explosion and everything, you should have been exposed. Why weren't you?
Oh, I was. But by that time, the vaccine L Angels had already been developed.
So everything went just as you planned it then?
Yes, up until that point. But my real struggle was yet to come. My original plan was to revive Jamie as well, and for the two of us to finish the development of the bioroids. You, Gillian, you were to stay asleep forever. But I just couldn't bring myself to do it. Not after looking at Jamie's peaceful face.
Guys, when this game's over, we're just gonna raid Pudge playing MGS1, and I'm not gonna do anything after. I'm gonna take the night off, like, from going late.
So I changed the timers of your pods to permanent on.
How? How could you do such a thing?
And so for the next 40 years, I worked alone in that cold.
But thank you for being here, but we still got a little bit to go.
Kremlin, trying to complete the artificial skin for the Snatchers. For days and days, no one would visit me. I never saw the sun or felt the changing of the seasons. Still, I always had Jamie by my side. You were always there for me to talk to. Just you and I for 40 years in that dark cellar.
Oh, you poor, poor man.
And then, 3 years ago, my research was finally completed. First, I snatched the Siberian Special Investigative Forces to establish a transport route for
How you
the
doing,
Snatchers.
Gerardo?
And then, to test the effect of large-scale snatch operations, I chose Neokobe City to be my experimental sample. Neokobe is cut off from the surrounding areas, a sort of miniature country in itself, making it a perfect test site. And since it's a melting pot of
This is
various
so
races,
Kojima.
it will also allow me to gather extensive data on snatcher modification and operational techniques. In addition, the element of suspicion or mistrust, which runs deep in Japanese culture, was another reason I chose this site.
But your test revealed a critical flaw in your machine's artificial skin.
Yes, quite unexpected, I'm afraid. All my research for 40 years. I gathered data and worked day and night to find a solution, but nothing seemed to work.
So that's why you decided to bring Professor Modner here, right?
That's correct. I discovered my father in
Guys,
one
let's
of
bring
the
all this
government's
energy over to
hospitals.
Pudge once this
He
game's
was
done. I
old,
think this game's
but
got about
still
30
very
minutes
sound
left.
of mind. Naturally, he would not cooperate with me.
Of course not. He'd never become involved in something like that.
So, unable to receive his assistance, I decided that I had to have yours. But a mistake on my part allowed both you and Gillian to be taken into custody by the authorities first.
Just what are you trying to accomplish, Elijah? You must know you can never get Jamie back.
I'm only interested in discovering what I can of the human animal. In the past, it was because of Jamie. My motive is different now.
It sounds like you're just suffering from the wild arrogance that corrupts so many scientists.
Humans are such weak creatures. No matter how much they trust one another, the tiniest speck of suspicion can destroy it all. Look at how the Snatcher problem has caused such wild unrest. No matter how much science advances or how high we set our ideals, we eventually begin to suspect each other, to hate each other, and then to kill each other. The Snatchers are nothing more than a tool for bringing out this reaction. I am simply using the Snatchers to elicit the true nature of the human animal. I think this experiment has shown me the limits of human society. I sincerely doubt it will be able to reach any greater level of prosperity on its own. If human society ever hopes to reach greater heights,
Hey, Brian.
what is needed is an absolute leader, a firm ruler who isn't affected
You
by
have a cavity?
these trivial episodes of mistrust.
You're crazy if you think people would ever obey Snatchers.
Of course they wouldn't. But if they don't know, they cannot object. There has been a time in every age that the people have longed for a god to lead them. As long as they give the people no reason to suspect them, then they can easily become their gods, indeed, a new race of super beings. We are almost there. Once we perfect the artificial skin, Snatchers will transcend man to become this planet's true human beings.
But you'll never get your perfect skin now. Professor Modner is dead.
I no longer have any use for my father. I have a sample of the new skin he developed. Once I've analyzed it, I'll be able to make as much as I need. Or if need be, we could simply culture the keratinized cells, epithelial cells,
we were
and
playing earlier
melanocytes
too,
in the
honey,
quantities
so
that we need.
What are you talking about? How could you get a sample of perfected artificial skin?
Why don't you take a look at this? We found this in the rubble of Queen's Hospital.
Random!
Oh, an acquaintance of yours?
He's a Snatcher?
That term isn't exactly accurate. This bioroid was constructed by my father without my knowledge. He modeled it after me in my youth. He built it right here in this facility. And not only that, he programmed it to destroy Snatchers. This bioroid caused me serious difficulties. It's designed and built far better than my Snatchers. The machine itself thought it was human. My father input memories for it all
Carter's
the way
mind
back
is
to
being
childhood.
blown.
Those too were apparently mine. Haven't you yet realized? Random Hajil is Elijah Modner spelled backwards. How like
treat
my
us like a
father,
damn
said the
fiddle!
old man. He did virtually overnight what I could not do in 40 years of effort. Furthermore, he makes a bioroid so perfect, even the bioroid itself believes itself to be real. What's more, the cells of the skin he developed are self-replicating. Once in place, no further transplants or culturing is necessary.
Is he dead?
Its main and locomotive systems are completely shut down. It's just scrap now. But the artificial skin is being kept alive. This we need. With this, we can move to phase 2 of our plan of full-scale infiltration of the world's major nations.
The summit's already over. You'll never succeed.
What does the summit matter? Nothing holds us back now that we have this perfect skin. We can go anywhere we want, and there will be no way to tell us apart. I will have free control over the world. Nothing will be able to stop me. Politics and free thought will no longer have any meaning. My will alone will decide the course of human history.
You egomaniac. Do you think you can snatch the entire population?
There's a fully automated snatcher factory under the Kremlin. Even as we speak, scores of new snatchers are being born.
But no matter how hard you try, you won't be able to snatch the people's heart and soul. What do you hope to gain from this anyway?
Jamie, the human race is composed of fools. But I'm different. I will be its savior. Indeed, not just of mankind, but of all life on the planet.
I'm afraid that won't be possible.
Metal!
Let's
In 10
go,
minutes,
Metal.
This church will be struck by a phased particle beam. I am guiding the beam from the attack satellite using GPS and 15 navigational satellites. The beam cannot miss. Everything in a 2 to 3 kilometer radius from me will be destroyed.
Stop this foolishness now. I will not have my research destroyed by some souped-up pocket calculator.
Metal! What happened at the summit?
The delegates, worried about the Snatcher menace, voted unanimously to allow the use of nuclear weapons on the city. The military is presently imposing a quarantine on Neo Kobe.
What? Do they intend to kill everybody?
What's
The
up, Nat
populace is in a
Bay?
state of panic.
Hey, Natalia, don't tell Pudge, but we're gonna raid Pudge after this game's done, okay?
Phase particle beam. This is our last chance. I will handle things here. Gillian, Jamie, you two must flee.
You insignificant mass of metal. You'll never...
One move and I detonate. Gillian, run!
Metal, this is crazy!
We can't let a single Snatcher get out of here. And this new artificial skin has to be destroyed as well.
I will not allow some talking scrap pile to get away with this. If you were the aiming point for the beam, then I'll just have you thrown out of here. Grab this little one and take him out of here.
Metal!
Cowardly little robot.
You always were a real pain in the butt.
What's that?
What? How did... You're supposed to be deactivated.
I don't go down that easy, old man.
Stop this foolish
Shut up! Let's try to make our final moments peaceful, shall we? And you Snatchers, you touch the little guy and the old man's head comes off.
Random!
I've always hated being used. Why don't you watch the final act with me?
Gillian, you only have 5 minutes. The turbo cycle is just outside on standby. Use that to flee.
Let me go. I'm Elijah Modner. I'm your original.
I don't care if I'm an original or a copy or what. You and I are gonna die right here. If we both die, there won't be a copy anymore now, will there?
The stupid logic of a simpleton, of a machine.
Whatever it is, it's my will!
Machines have no will. Machines cannot sacrifice themselves.
We'll see about that.
You have 4 minutes. You must go. And don't forget to take care of the factory under the Kremlin.
Stop!
Gillian, even if these memories in my head are fiction...
Yeah, I know what you mean. Our memories of our time together are all too real, Random.
Gillian, you become one hell of a junker.
Gillian, it has been most recreational being your partner.
Oh, metal!
If you can, try to pick up the pieces for me, okay? Like we did for Little John?
Little John? Oh! Okay, Metal.
Hurry! You only have 3 minutes!
Thanks! Thanks, you two! Jamie, come on!
No! Don't let her go! No!
You pathetic old fool! You don't even know how to love someone!
You stupid machine! What is that idiotic grin supposed to mean?
By snatching you, I'm finally gonna get my real self back!
Random, there's less than 1 minute to go. Thanks to you, everything will be fine.
You don't owe me any thanks. Sorry to get you involved in such a big job. You did great. You're a hell of a junker.
3, 2, 1, here it comes!
Later, kid!
Airport Division has completed boarding. 7th Mechanized Infantry Team has completed boarding. 17th Special Engineering Squad report for boarding immediately.
So you're really going, aren't you?
It's our responsibility, too. Besides, if I go to Moscow, I may get some of my memory back. And if that happens, I'll be able to love you even more than I do now. Wait for me. I want to be with you, but first I've got to destroy this terrible factory of theirs. Jamie, when I get back, let's try living
metal
together
and random.
again. What do you say?
13th Special Operations Squad and all junker personnel report immediately for departure.
For those who have been new to this playthrough, I hope you've enjoyed.
For you too.
Katrina!
We'll be waiting for you too.
You better be happy, Buster, with all these beautiful women seeing you off.
I'm happy you came. Let me introduce my wife.
Damn, look at Gillian.
Jamie Seed. I suppose it's a little odd introducing myself a second time, though.
What do you mean? You've never met them before, have you?
What are you talking about, Gillian? We're good friends.
Huh? Since when?
It's the first time I've met her in person, but I've spoken with her on the video phone a lot of times.
What? Have you guys been talking about me behind my back?
Katrina's a model. Yeah, they give you this little bit here. Yeah, so those who have first experienced this game for the first time watching this stream, I thank you so much for coming along and whether you've been chatting or lurking, maybe a mix of both. I understand because sometimes this game can just, it sucks you in and like you forget you're even in a chat. Appreciate you showing the love, sticking around tonight through the technical difficulties. It is a great time to be a fan of video games, a Kojima fan, and his Kojima Productions fan, because his team is phenomenal. I hope you have enjoyed the goofiness. Yep, and they changed that for the Sega CD version. A lot of stuff got censored in this version. This has been, I love this video game. It's very underappreciated, and so is Police Knots, and we'll get back to Police Knots in a Elite. Snatcher's incredible, man. And we don't know yet. They're obviously two very different games, but the story in this game, and you guys, if you go to the first stream, this game also has a slew of contextual world building, lore, and information. It ranges from history, ID files, culture, science, sports, music, space tech, transportation, space development, terraforming, foreign affairs. It's crazy. It took like 45 minutes to read through it all. I can't believe we're getting Death Stranding. So thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart to be a part of this playthrough. I wanted this to be special. I was hyping this on up for a reason because I really wanted so many of you to get a chance to see this game and do everything possible. Full story playthrough, all optional cutscenes and content, and appreciate you guys being a part of them. Thank you guys, seriously.
I can feel it down in my plums.
Okay, let's look. I'm really sorry for all the worry I've caused you. By the time I return, I'll probably have my memory back. Don't worry, I promise to make you happy. You might be a little bit lonely for a while. Hang on, I'll be back. I'll be back soon. It's been for your health.
Your health.
Okay, let's look at Katrina. This kid has such a rough time that she almost lost everything practically overnight. I just couldn't stand to leave such a cute kid all by herself. I'm going to memorize every detail of Katrina's lovely face so I don't forget it. And you looked at her tits. Gillian, would you stop that? I feel like you're undressing me with your eyes. I'm going to memorize every detail. Hey Mika, she's done a really great job. I owe her a lot of thanks. We're almost done, guys. Like seriously, just a little bit. In the credits, stay for the credits because I love the song in the credits. Don't worry, Mika. This is the one job I won't mess up. Don't worry, Mika. Okay. Now let's talk. Trying to learn more about what was. Okay. Okay, hold on.
Trying to learn more about you was what got our relationship started.
Whoops, wrong one. Before I knew it, we really became close, didn't we?
Right in front of the wife. Keep talking.
Our relationship has gone beyond just being friends.
Wow. I think you see that look she's giving her, Jamie? It's like I'm gonna fucking kill you. Beyond just friends, that sounds pretty good to me. Oh, and then just saying it right in front of it. It's just saying, kick my ass when we get home.
Oh my god.
Bro, like, come on.
Don't be stupid, Gillian. You have a warped mind sometimes, you know. I was telling Mika about how lonely it was being home alone all the time, and she told me that and she told me that Jamie was always worried about me, so I gave her a video phone call. With even Alice gone, I was really lonely.
Katrina.
They're both so easy to talk to. It's not like I've got two real sisters now. They're just like family to me now.
I don't know where we're going.
While you're away, I hope it's okay for Jamie to come and live with me.
Yeah, I have no problem with that at all.
I will shorten my commute as well, so I'll be killing two birds with one stone. Great, I'm so happy! It's so nice to have somebody else living in the house with me. I'm so tired of living alone. Maybe I'll ask Katrina if I can move in with her in the near future. You just had that conversation. You just did. Feels almost like I got a new little sister. It's really wonderful. Katrina's such a cheerful and sweet kid.
Here we go.
So have they finalized what they're going to do about Junker operations? I suppose this will end up being our last mission, huh?
Like I said,
well, originally
30
they
minutes.
were planning on disbanding the team, but now they've decided to keep us in business.
So that means...
That's right. We've been designated as one of the government's special police divisions. That puts us above the regular cops.
So the government has decided that crime by machines poses a bigger threat than crime by humans from here on out, huh?
They've chosen the new chief, too. So when you get back, you'll get to meet the new head honcho.
Well, it's comforting to know I've got a place I can come back to.
Have a safe trip, Second Lieutenant Seed. I'm a Second Lieutenant as well, so let's try and work well together when you get back.
What? I'm a second lieutenant? How come my rank is even lower than what I had in the army, eh?
Whatever you do, just come home safe, okay?
When you get back from this job, you still have a dinner date to keep with me, you know.
Don't worry. I won't forget my promises to either of you. Oops, almost forgot. Of course, I want to spend some private moments with my wife, too, huh? What's wrong, Jamie?
What do you think's what's wrong?
Harry and I will be waiting for you to get home.
That's Harry's hat.
We can do it this time, Gillian. Not some fake couple like before, but with love and trust.
I know, Jamie.
Take care, Gillian.
I'll see you, Jamie.
Wait! Wait for me! Take me with you, please!
You?
He's a...
Metal?
He's a Sega CD.
We didn't have a good frame to work with, so this is just a temporary body. Just call me Metal Gear, Sega CD for now.
So they found your memory chip in one piece, eh?
Random protected it from the blast of...
He's okay.
Random, huh?
Let's go!
Wait a second. I've heard that sneeze somewhere before.
Really? I didn't hear anything. Anyway, I want to know if you'll take me with you.
Did you hear the sneezing? It was Napoleon.
Please, Gillian, please take me with you.
Hurry up and get on board, partner.
Yes, sir, Gillian.
It's a happy ending. Bro, fuck yeah, this game is awesome. Just, it's video game logic. Don't look into it too much.
Has always bred conflict. The real conflict, though, resides in people's hearts. This conflict has just begun. Hurt me more!
And dude, this song right here is fire. Yeah. Jeremy Blostein, who also translated Metal Gear Solid 1, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, some Silent Hill. With all this art, bro. Guys, thank you. That is Snatcher. Now. Ooh! If we didn't have these technical difficulties, this would have all been in 3 streams. Yeah, we raid them all the time. We're all sub to Pudge. It's about bringing your stream over there. Bringing those likes. So now that you've seen this, and we'll stream Police Knots, or you can go back and watch. We have a playlist. We have original. If you want to go watch Police Knots, you can go experience it in full. But if you want to wait till we stream it again so you can experience it live, don't alert them. We're gonna surprise them. What was I saying? Where do you rank Snatcher now amongst, you know, your Kojima titles that you now have played? You know, those are large fans. Dude, this shit is sexy. I wish it was in 9 hours. It's in 24 hours and 55 minutes for me. Ooh! Dude, I remember when I first heard this theme, man, I was like, oh my gosh, dude. This shit is so smooth. This shit on vinyl sounds incredible, by the way. Yeah, like all that artwork you saw comes in the colors, like the vinyl. It comes with all this artwork and this giant poster of this with, like, when you open up the vinyl, it has this picture but all in color. Like, not this, like the monochromatic colors going on right now. What a fucking game, guys. Thank you so much. It really does warm my heart. It makes me even more excited for Death Stranding to see those new to it enjoy it so much, like many others have. Holy shit, Keith, buy it now, dude. Is it the one with the red cover? That's the one. What a game. What a game. All right, folks. That marks. That's the one I've got is with the red cover. But now they're about to, Big Boss, because we just got a game with full freedom of Kojima. Something so different and unconventional and untraditional. Hell yeah, great. All right, folks. Now, we need this man. We need to give this man all the support possible. You know, Pudge is going to be streaming Death Stranding tomorrow, having a pre-launch stream playing MGS3. We need... he's playing we played a cult classic video game by Kojima to hype up Death Stranding. And now... And then Pudge is playing my favorite game of all time. And he's going down to face Sniper Wolf right now. That's where we are in the game right now. He's going downstairs to go face Sniper Wolf. Guys, you already know the link. You already know what to do. Thank you so much for the donations tonight. From Love Daddy, from AI Campbell, Jack with a $10, Defukas. So thank you so much, everybody, for all the love. And I'm going to be gone from streaming for a bit. You're not going to see me stream for a while. Metal Gear Monday's not going to be happening, so it might be like an entire week before I stream again. So, here's the link, folks. See you guys. Thank you so much.
Excellent, Snake.